here.
See Ryan's on the outside following Billy Leslie. There's Patrick Shelter. The 11 of Brian Salis makes contact. Wow.
Up into the wall. Patrick Shelter hits him, slides him up into the wall, and then the rolls begin.
It looked like the 25 of Ryan Fisher just launched over the 60 of Patrick Shelter. You see that car slid for a little bit right on the roof, right over top of the driver, but these cars are so well built. Here's another view. You see the 60 get sideways.
60 sideways and then into the 25. And like you mentioned, Phil, launched.
Yeah, from that first view, it looked like Brian Salis turned down, but once Patrick Shelter caught his car from being sideways, he actually drifted up the racetrack and made contact with Brian Salis.
Right along with Brian Salis here, and see the view he had of this one.
Saw Brian got out of the throttle to try to give him room. He's the one that made contact with the 22 of Josh Wise. Brian did a good job of keeping his car straight.
And again, this is a look real time now. Shelter's going to go to the right. That was Ryan Fisher in that 25. And again, Fisher is out of that car. They're going to try to put it on the wall.
So 65 or 70 with the fuel he has. So we're driving out of turn 4.
Big wreck.
That's Chad Hawkins in the 58. A lot of damage to that race car.
That car, I think it rolled over.
Tremendous amount of damage. I think the 30 of Terry Jones got a little piece of that. He's made his way to pit road. The field all slowing coming off of turn number 4. Incredible amount of damage to the front and rear of this 58 of Chad Hawkins. Chad and this team, owned by his father Greg, are looking to run the full schedule this year in 2011. Great sign here. We've got the window net coming down.
Yeah.
About to climb out of that race car is Chad Hawkins. That looks like it right above the driver's door. It looks like where that thing's hit something there. It's been up on its roof.
Yeah, I saw it come off the wall, and I'm pretty sure it was rolling over when I looked up and saw it.
Again, this was coming out of turn number 4 for Chad Hawkins. He's lowered the window net. That's normally the sign to the safety crews that he's okay. Let's take a look at what just took place. This is coming off of turn number 4.
Oh, he just gets sideways back there, and man, there she goes.
Here it is upside down. Actually hit the roof. It looked like on the wall.
Yeah, slammed that roof first into the wall.
He may have had a little bit of help from behind to get that thing sideways, and then when he got sideways, he tried to correct it, and then when it did, it just hooked and went straight into the outside wall.
Phil, I wonder how much, we talked about the sun in turn 4. I wonder how much, if that had anything to do with it, because about where he is right where it's kind of blinded for a second.
Yeah, the car behind him may have bumped him a little bit from behind because, as you mentioned, so difficult to see with that sun. That was Vinny Chastain's.
On the outside, go right by these guys and get
problems.
No.
Over and over, it's the 06 of Barry Fitzgerald. And he comes to a stop.
He's already taken the window net down.
Yeah, that was coming out of turn number 2, I believe.
Yeah, it is. You see him moving around in there. That's a good sign. It looks like he's trying to get unbuckled.
Safety crews to him quickly.
Why are these cars turning over today? Every time you look around, there's a car turning over.
And this one was sideways until it got into the grass, and then around it went.
Watch top of your screen. The green and black car, that's Barry Fitzgerald. It gets a little bit loose. Just slides off the racetrack and just turns around backwards the wrong way.
These cars they're the way they're set up. When they go on the left side like that, it's just almost they turn over. It's the way the cars are set up.
A violent ride for Barry Fitzgerald in that 06.
There's another view coming off turn 2. And he wasn't in the grass. He was already flipping before he got to the grass right there. So it wasn't a situation for the unevenness of the grass.
No, but I mean, guys will drop 5, 6 spots in one lap. And problems behind our leaders. The 11 getting into the wall hard. That's Brian Salis, as well as the 78 having troubles with Doug Reed. Wow. And that was a hard hit by Brian Salis in that number 11.
Andy Hillenberg entry, fast track. There's what we like to see.
That window net's down. Good sign. Good sign.
And that's attributed to the way the cars are constructed, as well as that safer barrier that's located around this track and on the inside walls.
See Dougie Reed moving around inside there. Saying, man, there's the window net down. Good sign. Both them drivers, hard impact.
Saw that smoke right at the back of that front group.
Let's take one more look at what just took place on lap 36. Again, out in front, it's Steve Wallace, and just behind them, 3 wide, but it wasn't going to work out. Brian Salis kind of came down a little bit and airborne.
Yeah, the 22 stuck his nose in a hole that wasn't quite big enough, too. Got in the back of Juan, and he did a good job of gathering it up.
Oh, he sure did.
I think the 22
stuck it in. There's Montoya right to the bottom. Little impact to the left side door there. Wow.
A little damage to the rear bumper also of that number 4.
Dougie Reed, a victim of the circumstance, just riding down there on the bottom, and pow! Look at the car up in the air. Man, do a whole 360 before it lays back down.
There's the hard one. Wow. Look at the official.
Yeah,
the official knew to get down.
Better get out of here.
Again, we mentioned the safer barrier, trying to take a lot of that impact so that the driver doesn't have to.
Thank goodness the safer barrier.
Riding along Chase Miller there in the 22. We saw him go off to the left. We saw some damage to that number 4 of Juan Montoya. He's down.
Trouble back straight away. Championship leader Grant Enfinger.
He's going to
collects Will Kimmel.
Sure is.
Watch out.
And nowhere to go, Clay Campbell. Let's look back and see what happened, putting us under caution for the 3rd time today.
Here's Mark Thompson, moves to the inside of Sarah Cornett Ching. Grant's on the outside. Looks like there's going to be contact. Is Frank going to get into the left rear quarter panel? Looks like he did. He definitely did. Frank made a little bit of contact, and that put Grant up into the outside wall. Will Kimmel with absolutely nowhere to go in the red 69 car. You see Grant now down on the bottom of the racetrack, and now he's going to move back up the racetrack a little bit.
Well, and for Clay Campbell, it appeared to me that Clay was trying to guess where is Will going to be when I get there, and just guessed wrong.
And he had a car to the outside right there. Then Clay decided to go to the inside. Then he thought Will was going to be there and end up going through the middle, and that's exactly where Will's car ended up. See a little bit of contact here from Frank Kimmel into that left rear quarter panel of Grant Enfinger, and that got Grant out of shape into the outside wall. Tom Hessert, Grant Enfinger side by side. Grant trying to side draft a little bit off. Ooh, around it goes.
That's Austin Wayne
Self.
Self in the 98. Look out, back across the track. Big crash as they come toward the start-finish line. Oh my goodness, what a hit. See the 48 of Brad Smith.
Brad was having a great run, running up in the top 20 on the lead lap. There's Austin Wayne Self. You can see that him moving around and getting ready to take the window net down, but Brad Smith is the one that really took a hard shot on it in that inside wall.
Let's take a look at the replay of what happened. It has brought out the caution flag for the 2nd time today.
You see the 98. It almost looked like Austin Wayne Self moved up the racetrack a little bit, got into Cody Coughlin. There's Brad Smith came along with absolutely nowhere to go. Now he's just along for the ride, doing it probably no brakes and no steering.
But
looks like that car didn't even slow down any.
Those front wheels, Phil, as he approached, it looked like he was maybe 15, 20 feet shy of that inside wall. When those front tires came off the ground.
Be another shot of the Austin Wayne Self's doing all he can do to keep the car down on the bottom of the racetrack, but there's the contact between Brad Smith and Austin Wayne Self, destroying both of those cars already.
Yeah, the impact of the hit between the two cars destroyed the machines themselves, and then Brad Smith, of course, went for that incredible ride.
You see the 98 move up. You could see the white line. Cody Kaufman was above the white line between the bottom lane and the second lane. See the throttle, it sounds like it's hung wide open right now. Finally gets it shut off.
Look at the momentum Joey Logano got with that run on the outside. He laid off him to get a little bit of momentum, and boy, he got it, didn't he, Kenny?
Yes, he did.
Oh, trouble! Justin Lupton into the back of the 60. Patrick Shelton spins. Into the wall he goes. And now Campbell spins around. Ooh, and a big hit on Justin, or on the 60 of Patrick Shelton. Our 6th caution of the day comes out, and what a big hit that was.